Well, Australia has seized control of a prime Canberra site allocated to Russia for a new embassy amid fears the Kremlin had sought to bring in spies to work on the building and speculation that Moscow had even run out of money to finish the project. Joining us live now is the Chief Executive of the National Capital Authority, Sally Barnes. Sally, good to see you. Thanks for your time this morning. So, have you had any response from Russia yet?
Well, we've been in discussions with the Russian Federation for many years about the progress of their new embassy. They've got an embassy, so they're operating out of an embassy in Griffith, but they wanted to build a new one. The facts of the matter are that the Russian Federation acknowledges they're in breach of their lease, and when we asked them for an indication of a completion date or a commitment of funding towards the new embassy, they weren't able to provide it. So for us, the choice is whether we allow a foreign country to land bank prime land in Canberra, or whether without those assurances we should take it, put it back in the pool and use it for the purposes of which it was designed, and that's for a fully fledged embassy.
So are they disappointed?
They are, but they understand. They've had fits and starts and started things and it stopped and had difficulties. But as I said, they just haven't been able to provide us with the assurances that they've got the funding or able to commit to a completion date.
Right, so that's the official...
It's a prime site.
Sorry, Sally, no doubt about that. So that's the official reasoning you've got. It's a money thing.
Oh, well, no, it's a planning thing from an NCA perspective. So the National Capital Authority manages the diplomatic estate on behalf of all Australians and the Australian government. This is a site where if it's going to sit there, we're not going to be able to use it for other countries. And there's been an inquiry into management of the estate, and there was a recommendation which said we should adopt a use it or lose it policy, and that's what we're doing.
No, that was my point, yeah. So I get that that's your side of things, but from the Russian side of things, it was a money thing.
You'd have to ask them, but as I say, they weren't able to commit to a completion date or provide us evidence that they had the funding.
Okay, so there have been reports this morning, Sally, that Russia wanted to bring in its own contractors who could then possibly double down as spies who plant listening devices into the construction. Is that accurate?
I have no idea. We deal with the planning and the construction side of things. No idea about those other matters.
I mean, that's proper espionage.
And that's not our role.
Right, that sounds like proper espionage stuff, though, doesn't it?
As I say, we're interested in making sure that that part of Canberra looks at its best for visitors and for the city, and that's our main game.
Sure. Any fears this will spark a diplomatic incident?
Look, I think that when we spoke to the Russian representatives, they were disappointed, but they understood, and as I say, they acknowledged they breached the lease, and we've been talking to them for many years about what might happen if we can't get this matter resolved. So, yeah, I think they understood.
So what happens now, Sally?
Well, under the lease and under the lease arrangements, they have 20 days to remove things from the site. And after those 20 days, the land reverts to us, and then we'll look at what we need to do to prepare it to, if you like, put it back on the market for its true purpose, which is a diplomatic estate and an embassy.
Have you had any interest yet?
No. It's been because we've just been working through this process.
Okay,
but I have to say that the local people and visitors can see that big hole and wonder what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, it has been an eyesore for a long time, hasn't it?
It has. And as I say, it's either we continue to let it land bank there as an eyesore or we put it back into the pool. And I think, putting back into the pool creates an opportunity for other countries who can create a really nice embassy as it should be in that place.
No doubt. There's no doubt you're going to get interest in that, though, you would suspect, because that's such a prime piece of real estate.
Well, I hope so, because I'd like to see it, as I say, looking really good, serving its purpose and providing those links with countries that want to be here.
Okay, good one. Sally Barnes, that's the Chief Executive of the National Capital Authority. We've delved quite nicely into a bit of espionage in Canberra there, so thanks for your time this morning, but the point being that it's a net for the Russians and a good opportunity for another country to set up shop there in Yarralumla. Thank you, Sally. We'll talk to you soon.